Peace, Grand Rising. Welcome to the Mind Body Nexus. It's your host, Knowledge of Mind. And like I say, always, we're going to be real today. What is independence? And see, I wish I could have broke this down before I went here, but I'm going to go ahead and freestyle this one out for y'all. What's independence? Because I really wanted to get deeply philosophical with y'all today. But I ain't going to do it. I'm just going to freestyle it. Well, we're going to go ahead and use exoteric perspective that majority of people understand. Because like I said, I like to get deep and stuff, but like, I'm going to stay on the top basic, stay simple for some of the people. You know what I'm saying? Because I know everybody's mind is not high level, not at a high level as mine. There's guys and women that minds are more high level than mine. So it's like steps, but that's why, study so yourself improve. But anyway, we know independence means one that's, when I look at independence, for those who have a vocabulary, I look at independency as sovereignty. You know what I'm saying? Basically being able to do everything. And for those that don't understand what that means, sovereignty and independence, it's almost like you look at an independent artist. You look at him, and this is a successful independent artist. He got millions of dollars. He got Rolls Royce. He got luxury this, luxury that. And you think that he signed with like a major university. Like, damn, for him to get some stardom like that and all that money and that fan base like that, he had to be with some well-connected people with a label that got him that publicity, that got him all that traffic to his music, which would make you would think. But he be like, no, I'm independent. I didn't sign with anybody. I did all this by myself. I made my own investments. I use a lot of online platforms to push my music. I set up my old shows around my city. Then I got promoted to other cities from other club owners that knew these club owners in this city. And that's how I started getting around the globe. And I started becoming known. And then next thing you know, I just started making a lot of money from people streaming my stuff, downloading, buying my stuff, requesting me to do shows. And next thing you know, I got just as much money as a sign artist, but I'm independent. So I can pretty much do what I want with my music, take tours whenever I want to, cancel my tours whenever I want to, because I'm independent. I have control over what goes on with me. Okay? That's what independence is. Being able to say, like, if you're a person that got your own business, you're independent in a sense of your in your financial landscape. Okay? So therefore you don't have to worry about a person telling you how much they're gonna pay you, what hours you gotta work, when you can take off, when you can get vacation time. When you got your own business, you can use your own discernment when you be able to do all that for yourself without having to ask somebody, can I take you? You can say, you know what? I got a barbershop. I'm going to close my barbershop down for a week. I think I made enough money in this past month to do so without losing any money. So I'm going to do that and take a trip, take me and my family to Florida for a week and chill. And then I'll come back, open up my shop, and I can get back to where I started. That's called independence. Okay? A person that buys some land. Not a person that just own a house but don't own the land. You own a house and then you be like, well, I own this house but you don't own that land. That's a little different. That's a little bit more of a sovereignty, but still independent. So being able to say, you know what? They think like this, but I want to think like this, and there's no problem for me to think like this because I have the free will to think differently. That's independence. But we know here in this society, true independence is not respected. An illusional type of independence. As long as you stay following the rules, doing as I say, or following the norms of society and stay in line and don't make other people feel, awkward or whatever, those who stand out, those who do their own thing, they go their own route, they really independent in the mind. So those type of people that have that type of independence, they get prosecuted a lot. They get talked about a lot. They get called crazy. They get called this. They get called that because they don't want to hang in crowds like everybody else, or they don't want to do what everybody else doing, or they don't feel like they got to keep up with the Joneses or dress like everybody else or try to buy the latest clothes or the latest gadgets and gadgets to make other people feel like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's called independence. being able to wear your hair a certain way without getting motherfucker that gotta have an issue with it, or being able to say, you know what, I decided not to wear the cross because I was more attracted to the Ankh instead, and not get, looked at as evil or whatever they like to say about you. In reality, in this country, we're not independent, especially when you're a free thinker. You independent. See, for you people that's not free thinkers, y'all don't think freely, so you don't even know what independence is, because you're not even using your own brain to tell yourself what is independence. Because you just going off the illusion of man said we got independence, so we got it, because you're not a free thinker. But in reality, you're not independent. No one is really independent. Because once you step out of the society norms and do your own thing and go your own route and do your own thing, then that's when people have a problem with you. So I don't understand it. It's like, just like with certain people, and they're talking to the chosen, you know this better than anybody. When you decide, because you was called the black sheep of the family, which means you had a different way of thinking and being, which made you more independent in your own being. And that's the reason you got prosecuted for it, because you was independent. You get what I'm saying? So they want to celebrate Independence Day, but they don't even know the true definition of independence. But if I have to go across, if I want to go across to another country or go somewhere else, if I decided, you know what, I'm doing all the right things in the world, I haven't done anything wrong, haven't murdered anybody, killed anybody, did nothing, no foul shit like that, harmed no kids, no women, none of that. So therefore, I should be able to travel this world, please, independently, without a motherfucker telling me, no, you need paperwork to do so, or you need this to do so, or you need that. So in reality, you're not independent. That's why they gave us a president, because they don't want us to be independent. They want us to be controlled. That's why you got a president. So think about what the hell y'all celebrating when you don't really know the core concept of what you're celebrating. Independence means freedom. When you say you had a certain diet or you follow a certain dietary law, they'll look at you like you're weird or you crazy, but hey, that's my choice. You don't have to follow that law if you don't want to do it. And if you still want to eat pork, cool. Go ahead and eat that. There's nothing wrong with it if you want to eat it, but I decided to stop eating. Guess what? I got talked about for stop eating it. So I don't have independence. I go into a workplace to fill out an application. I go into a doctor's office anywhere and I fill out race. When they ask you for your ethnicity or whatever, I don't like saying race, because race is something that you speed. It's something that has to do with speed. But they'll go ahead and check it off. African American. Never gave me the independence and say, what do you call yourself? What do you see your race as? What do you call yourself? If I say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, they're going to say, well, that's not on here. We're going to call you African American or black. So how the hell are you independent when they giving you a title? No, you're not that, you're this. Come on now, wake the fuck up, y'all. Wake up. When they tell you you don't work a job, you ain't shit, which is kind of true if you're not making a living, you're not doing anything with yourself. It depends on your situation. But a motherfucker that been working a job for 20 years and they haven't grown from that, that's not an independent person. Some motherfucker that's on the wheel like a hamster or what's called on the wheel, keep going around and around, think it's going somewhere, really ain't going nowhere. It just look like you're going somewhere. See, illusions. You got a motherfucker that come to you and say, I've been working here for 20 years. You're thinking your mind down. You've been working here 20 years. You must be a wealthy motherfucker, but in 20 years, he ain't saved no money. Just because you worked a job in 20 years don't mean you're prosperous, successful. Success comes a lot with, you're what you call consistent. You're a consistent person, which means you stay consistent in what you need to do, but you don't use your consistency and your drive to help you grow. Some people like to stay in the same position. So, what is independence? Do you really have independence? No, you don't. Not here on this earth, because soon you decide that you got independence, that's when you're prosecuted for it. You're talked about, you looked at as weird. They ask you, do you have a mental issue or something, or this and this and that. That's because you think different and you move different, and therefore you got the free will by the Most High, the Creator, to do different shit. You're not supposed to follow man's path. And man, to sit there and use these fake ass illusional words, oh, Independence Day, but there ain't no such thing as independence in this world. When you live in the spirit, you look at this physical world, don't nobody got independence. 555 when I said that, y'all. 555 means a change. The truth has been spoken. So y'all need to take this truth and change yourself with this. Change your mind, the way you perceive reality. Because you're really entrapped. You're not free. That's why they call this the planet Earth. It's a plan and it's a net. A net does what? It catches shit. Planet. So ask yourself, what is independence? Do you have it? Do you really have it? And if you have independence and you say you have independence, start moving and living like you have independence. Start doing different shit. Start being yourself. Start living in your own light. That's what you call independence. Until then, I'm your boy Knowledge of Mind. This is the Mind Body Nexus. I speak that truth and I'm out.